5 wins in 7 races, the greatest rookie season in modern history. Kimi Antonelli leads the Formula One World Championship by 41 points. But in the Ferrari garage, there is no panic, no desperation, just patience. Because the man in second place is 41 years old, written off by the paddock, dismissed by his own peers, and he is driving like he has nothing left to lose. Lewis Hamilton didn't come to Ferrari to retire gracefully. He came to prove a point, and right now, that point is closing at 25 points per race. To understand this, rewind to February 2024. Hamilton drops the bombshell. He's leaving Mercedes for Ferrari. But here's what most people miss. Hamilton didn't break his contract. He used it. Mercedes had negotiated a clause into his deal, one that allowed him to leave for Ferrari. They agreed to the terms thinking he would never activate them. And then he did. Toto Wolff now had weeks, not months, to fill the seat of the most successful driver in Formula One history. He could have chased experience. Alonso, Sainz. Instead, he bet the entire future of Mercedes on a teenager who hadn't yet turned a wheel in Formula 2. Kimi Antonelli, 17 years old. Wolff called it a decision for the next decade. What he didn't say, what nobody said, was that he had just handed the keys of a championship-winning organization to a kid who had never sat in an F1 car. And the man who had defined that organization for 12 years was walking out the door. Hamilton said nothing publicly, but before he left, he wrote a letter and left it in the driver's room. But first, because the context matters, you need to understand how bad 2025 was for Hamilton. Not bad for a champion, bad, historically bad. 0 podiums, an entire season. First Ferrari driver in 44 years to go an entire year without standing on the podium. He finished 6th in the standings, 86 points behind the Leclerc, with the same car. Nico Rosberg went on Sky F1 and said Hamilton was damaging his legacy. Ralf Schumacher called for Ferrari to replace him with Oliver Behrman, an 18-year-old who'd never started a Grand Prix. Bernie Ecclestone told The Telegraph, "He won't last that long. He's lost motivation." And then the end-of-year team principal vote. Every F1 boss ranks the top 10 drivers. Hamilton missed the list entirely, a 7-time world champion, not top 10. His response was 3 sentences. "None of them have done what I've done. They're not even on my level." The critics had a simple case. Hamilton was 40. His reactions were fading. The 2026 regulations, smaller cars, active aerodynamics, an engine split evenly between combustion and electric, would expose him. A young man's formula. They were wrong, and Barcelona proved it. Before we get to Barcelona, there is one detail that explains why this rivalry is different, why it's personal, and why Antonelli can't escape it, even when he wins. Antonelli now occupies Hamilton's old driver's room at Mercedes. Same walls, same chair, and on the wall, the letter. He was asked about it at the Chinese Grand Prix. His answer stopped the press conference room cold. "I could see a lot of the human side of Lewis, not only the driver. Reading the message, it fulfilled my heart. To receive such a message from such a figure in the sport, he is one of the best in history." He keeps it on the wall. "Every time I enter the room, I can see it. That letter is a reminder of who came before him, but it's also the shadow Antonelli now has to race against. Because Hamilton is not the broken driver of 2025. And the man who wrote those words is now second in the World Championship, wearing red and closing. Barcelona, round 6 of the championship. Hamilton starts second, his first front row in Ferrari red. George Russell on pole, Antonelli in third. The race becomes a strategic chess match. Track temperatures exceed 50 degrees Celsius. Tyre degradation is double what teams predicted. One stop, impossible. Two stop, barely enough. Ferrari executes a strategy Mercedes didn't see coming. Hamilton runs an offset stint on new mediums, while Russell nurses worn hards. Over 8 laps, Hamilton claws back 18 seconds. Then the virtual safety car hits. Ferrari reacts instantly. Hamilton emerges with the net lead. And then he disappears. Once clear of traffic, Hamilton unleashes pace nobody expected. Nearly a second per lap faster than Russell by the finish. The gap at the flag, 20 seconds. His first Ferrari win. And then, over the team radio, the words Hamilton had waited 18 months to hear. Lewis Hamilton wins for Ferrari for the first time in Formula One. P1, baby. But the telemetry revealed something more alarming for Mercedes. The fastest car through the corners wasn't the Silver Arrow. It was the Ferrari SF26. High speed, medium speed, slow speed. It didn't matter. Hamilton was faster through every corner on the circuit. Meanwhile, Antonelli's afternoon ended in silence. A mechanical failure. His first retirement of the season. The championship lead, once a comfortable 66 points, was suddenly under threat. Let's put this in proper perspective. Antonelli has been nothing short of phenomenal. 5 wins in 7 races. Australia, he finished second. Then China, he won. And he simply didn't stop. 4 more consecutive victories, including Monaco, where he became the first Italian to win at Monte Carlo since Jarno Trulli. By any measure, this is the greatest rookie season in modern Formula One history. But Barcelona changed the arithmetic. Hamilton won. Antonelli did not finish. In a single afternoon, 25 points vanished from the championship lead. The gap is now 41 points, and Hamilton is second. The 2026 regulations were supposed to bury Hamilton. Smaller cars, active aerodynamics, energy management split evenly between combustion and electric. A young driver's game, they said. They forgot that energy management is Lewis Hamilton's career in a sentence. Tyre preservation, harvesting through braking, deploying at the perfect moment. These cars don't punish veterans, they reward discipline. And Hamilton spent the entire winter at Fiorano, living near the track, sitting in development meetings, shaping the SF26 from the ground up. He told Racing News 365, "It's really nice to have started the season, and we don't have bouncing. That sounds minor, it is not. The porpoising problem that plagued him since 2022 is gone, and so is the gap." Here's the deeper question this rivalry exposes. Mercedes bet their future on Antonelli. But what if the man they let go wins an 8th title in a Ferrari before Antonelli wins his first? That is no longer a hypothetical. Ferrari's chassis is the class of the field. The one acknowledged weakness, the 2026 Ferrari engine, is solvable. 2 engine upgrade tokens remain this season. Hamilton himself has said, the fix will take a little bit of time, not if. When? Meanwhile, Mercedes are managing internal tensions. Russell publicly admitted he went back to an approach that works for me, after struggling with setup direction. Antonelli leads the championship but admitted in Barcelona, "I'm not really happy, struggling with the feeling of the car." These are not the words of a team running away with both titles. These are the words of a team whose lead driver is 19, whose second driver is recalibrating, and whose former champion is now their closest rival. Wearing red, and with Silverstone next, Hamilton's home race. A track where he's won a record 8 times, and Antonelli still searching for the feeling of his car. This is the moment where championship leads get tested. The 2026 season has 14 races remaining. This story is only beginning. But one thing is already clear. Mercedes thought they were building the future when they handed their car to Kimi Antonelli. They didn't realize the past was about to drive right past them. Lewis Hamilton was called washed up, finished, a liability. He is none of those things. And right now, the teenager with his letter on the wall is the only thing standing between Hamilton and an 8th world championship. That's not a rivalry. That's a reckoning.